Hey, it's Frank from 40 Honeybee, and I'm getting ready to deal with this hive here. It's the number 2 hive. I'm going to put a fume board on right now because I want to take the honey super, the second box. It's actually not really a honey super because there's no excluder, so the queen is able to go into both boxes. But I'm going to take that box away and I'm going to take it to another hive, and I'll explain why in another video. But to get the bees out of that box, the easiest way that I find is using this. This is a fume board, so it's black on top because it takes in the heat from the sun. You pour this stuff on it, which the best way I can describe this is butt smell. It smells like stinky ass. And you spray this, or you apply this to that inner felt liner there that's been moth eaten, you see, and you sit it on the box, and within about 10 minutes the bees are gone because they don't like ass smell. Who does, frankly? So anyway, that's where we're going to start there. Then I'm going to deal with other hives, and we'll get back to this one at 40 Honeybee. This stuff smells so bad that I double bag it, and it still smells in my shed. So just be forewarned. All right, that's what it looks like. And I think I got a nozzle in here. Yep. Oh, man. This stinks. Okay, let's get this open. Let's get the nozzle on. Just spray a decent amount. I don't think you have to go nuts with it, but make sure you got good butt stink coverage. I've had this thing for about 3 bee seasons and I've used it. It's effective each time. Whew, man, that smells. That stinks so bad. And of course you get some on your hands, which leads to interesting questions when you get back home. But yeah, wash this stuff off. I'm not sure what it's made of, but it stinks. Butyric anhydride, 90%. 90% ass stink. Okay, let's get this out of here. Let's get this box on, and then we'll go do other stuff and let this butt stink do its magic. So all we're going to do is take off the upper lid, and this hive has a feeder on it. We're going to remove the feeder. See how the bees are doing in this feeder. There's still some liquid here. I'm gonna have to top this off this week. Yeah, it's actually, the feeder is dry on this side, just a little bit of liquid on that side, and the bees are feeding, which is good. So let's get rid of this for now. Just have a look underneath because the bees sometimes hang on. Make sure you're not taking the queen away. We're gonna smoke these guys down a little bit and take off this hard cover, which I have there for the feeder, and then we'll remove the soft cover. I've only had this this super on with no wax built on it, no foundation at all, for about a week, so I don't expect they've done much work on there. They're up there though. That's great. Okay, let's get this. Let's get this box on. Yeah, they're touching the pollen patties. That's good. Alright, now we just let that sit for about 10 minutes and get back to it. Okay, so I've had the fume board on for a good 20 minutes now. And all I really want to do with this hive is remove that top box with no bees in it, or next to no bees in it, and replace it with another full box for them to work on drawing out, because I want this box on another hive, which again I'll explain later. So, should be a simple one. I'm not really interested in finding the queen or looking at her brood or anything like that, although I always end up doing that anyway. So the fume board, let's see how it did as far as pushing bees down. See, it's done really well. Yeah, this thing stinks, but it's effective. It doesn't do any harm to them, they just don't like the smell. And I can't blame them because it stinks. They haven't touched the pollen much, they're just nibbling around the edges. And maybe it's because the pollen's a little farther away than the brood. The brood is down below, so maybe what I'll do is put this pollen on the lower brood box instead of this upper box. Let's see what happens here. Oh, they've glued it down pretty good. Okay, so you see there's no bees in this box whatsoever. That's what we want. Alright, got the mite treatment that came off. I'll just put it right back in. The bees are nice and calm. Again, I just don't need to look much more into this hive because it's doing everything it's supposed to. Okay, we're just going to take a quick look in here to make sure this queen is laying. Look at how calm these bees are. They are amazing. This is the ancestor of the 86 off-road queen that was split after the bear attack. She's doing great. Nice honey frame here. I'm not going to take any resources out of this bottom box because I don't need them, first off. And second off, I want this queen to keep building bees. This was the hive that probably had the lowest number of bees going into the winter. This is another frame of nectar. This one they're drawing out. This is a new frame. They're drawing it out really nicely. Should be seeing brood now in the next couple of frames. Again, biggest concentration is right around here, right now. Yeah, okay, that's drone brood. Not great to see the drone packed up in one ball like that on a frame. That doesn't look good. This side is just honey. Let's see what this next frame is looking like. Nice calm bees. Okay, here's good brood. Surrounded by bee bread. You guys see that all right? Yeah, this side is nice brood. And no signs of any desires yet, which is nice. The apivar strips, the mite treatment here is working exactly as it's supposed to. The bees are walking all around it and transmitting miticide, pesticide for mites, all over the hive. Another nice brood frame. Hatching out from the middle. Make sure you have a look at that just in case the GoPro isn't working. Okay, so I don't need to go any further in this hive. I always say that, and then I always do one more, just one more. I think I saw the queen last week in this hive. But again, I mean, you see signs of the queen. She's doing just fine. These bees are nice and relaxed. So I'd like to keep them that way. Wow, solid comb, solid brood. Capped brood, so it's new babies. Just thousands and thousands of them are coming into this world in the next week or so, which is fantastic. All right. Oops. Sorry, girls. Let's get that mite treatment up here. Just hold on. I'll get you in there. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look at a couple frames on the outside here. Holy smokes, this candy is just like rock. Let's get this mite treatment back in. Yeah, I'm looking at a frame here that might be drawn out and free of eggs, which may mean that it's a good candidate for the split that I'm doing. So let's just see. It's full of honey. It's honey on one side and yeah, it's honey on both sides. No, let's put this one back. Okay. Okay, bees, that's enough for you. Again, the main reason for getting into this hive was taking the top box off, which we have, and which will do us just fine. Okay, now because these bees hadn't touched those pollen patties, I'm going to put them all on this middle box here. Hopefully it won't push all the boxes up. Hopefully it just makes it easier for them to get where the brood's at, which is down here. We're still feeding this hive as well. We're feeding it sugar water just to help them draw out the comb. And they're doing well with that. All right. That's my first use of a white box. Okay, so that's it for hive number 2. Again, it wasn't a spectacular inspection, wasn't anything special going on, but what's special about it is the plan that we're taking resources from this hive for other hives, and we're building this hive as we go as well. So far so good. It's May 4th, and nectar and pollen flow is just starting here, and it's a good time just to make sure your bees are able to grow and this hive is ready to explode. I'm 4D Honeybee.